Welcome to the month of June, 30 days all about gin. Shining a spotlight on those with a unique spin. Fun facts and proper tastings, cocktails and Friday afternoons. Discover 13 different brands and be influenced by me. Some for all. That's right, I am a some for all.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to day 27 of Gi-Une 2022. That's my annual 30-day salute to gin during the month of June. Now, as we are coming to the end of my month of Gi-Une, I wanted to start off this final week with something a little different. Now, I've already showcased 13 different brands of gin, each with their own unique spin. And today I'd like to chat a little bit about a growing overall spin, an alcohol-free product. This segment is growing, and growing fast, especially in Europe, where over the last 5 years, 0% spirits have grown to take up 23% of the market share. Now that's huge. More and more people seem to want mocktails, using these type of products in order to enjoy the same taste as their alcoholic versions, but without any of the worry, repercussions, and ill effects that the boozy versions can offer. Personally, I think these products are a welcome addition to the fray and serve as an excellent socially responsible choice for many different people in many different settings. My only concern, if you want to call it that, is how closely do these 0.0% versions really resemble the original? Well, we're going to find out about how gin-like this alcohol-free Tanqueray is. 2 weeks ago, I talked about Charles Tanqueray, his background and history of distilling gin and all that jazz, so I'm not going to repeat that again. If you want more info, you can check out my YouTube channel to learn more. Instead, I'm going to focus on the product, this non-alcoholic spirit, as the label says. A little bit odd, truthfully, for me, that they call it a spirit, since largely that term implies alcohol, but I digress. I don't know how clear you can see the label, but on the label, you may notice something missing. You all may notice something missing from what I'm saying with regards to this product. The word gin. I'm not using it, nor are they. It's the same bottle shape, the same type, same color as Tanqueray gin, same red seal here in the front, same label design as Tanqueray gin, but no mention of the word gin. Makes sense to me. As to be gin, 3 things must happen, right? Juniper must be involved. Distillation must be involved. And alcohol of some sort needs to be involved, right? Could be wine-based like early versions of Ginevra or really anything else. Beyond that, the sky is practically the limit, as we've no doubt seen so far with my product showcases this year in June and their spins. So technically, this is not gin, but in my opinion, in my view, it's marketed to be an alcohol-free version of gin, or an alcohol-free version, right? Can't call it gin, claiming to use the same 4-ingredient botanical recipe of the original Tanqueray gin: juniper, coriander, angelica root, and licorice. The brand also claims that each of these 4 elements are soaked, i.e. macerated, in water before being individually distilled and then, as they call it, masterfully blended for that traditional Tanqueray taste. We'll see. What they don't talk about, though, are the stabilizing agents and some other additives that are used. Some that have citric and tart flavor profiles, so it's a little bit sneaky in my opinion, but such is the life of marketing. Okay, so back to the product itself. Time to dive in for a sniff and a taste. As always, we're first going to acclimate our nose by raising the glass 3 times, and then in that 4th raise, we're going to take a big inhale, right? Here's how I like to do it. Hello there. How are you? Hope you smell delicious. certainly different. Spruce, bark, menthol, those little dried sweet tart candies, pine sol floor cleaner, and lemon candy all come to mind. There's almost a musk-like note in there as well. Now, nothing really unpleasant or uninviting, just not as bright and floral as the original Tanqueray gin or London dry style gins in general. Okay, now we're going to taste. Remember, when tasting wine, spirits, and or sake, right, we want to swish the liquid around, coat our mouth, get all those 5 flavor receptors coated, right? Cheers. Okay. Right away, it is lighter and looser on the tongue than gin, or most gins. A little bit slippery. Pine-esque notes start off, followed by a little floral, and then things kind of change. At spruce and menthol, they come back into play along with a little bit of tree bark, and I'm going to call it citric acid. You know, reminds me of those fake lemon candies that we had as kids that came in the little box. Except this note is not sweet. Again, I gotta be honest, nothing bad or off-putting, but not something that I would truthfully have as a sipper on its own, unlike, you know, several other true gins that I've tasted over the years. So now Tanqueray talks about using this in the same way that you would their original gin, using it with tonic. I think that may be a little bit tannic, though, if you did that, and a little bit tart, at least for my palate. That said, I do believe that using this in a homemade mocktail, and or if it was in the hands of a seasoned mixologist, that in those cases, with those other ingredients and that little bit of skill set, that it would be much closer and reminiscent of actual gin. It needs other products, I guess is the best way for me to say it, and it needs to be balanced against those other products, at least in my opinion. But folks, I want to be clear here. This is not bad, nor should you shy away from it. There's absolutely a place for this product and others like it. I just think that using it requires a bit more effort than actual gin. Right? With the internet, it's really not much work to search for alcohol-free recipes. It just takes a couple of minutes of your time and some very basic typing skills. Okay, so if you're intrigued, where can you find it? Globally, likely in many places where you live, such as grocery stores and liquor stores, etc. Here in Ontario, it's easily found at the LCBO, stock number 24103, retailing for $27.95 Canadian for a 700 milliliter bottle. Just for some context, Tanqueray gin, the actual gin, is $2.50 more at the LCBO for a 750 milliliter bottle. Different product here, I know, but it's obvious what Tanqueray is trying to do, i.e. mimic their original gin. And for me, I'd like to see the price of this alcohol-free version, I would say, significantly lower, especially given the smaller format. Well, there you have it. Tanqueray 0.0% alcohol-free. Spirit. Thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow, day 28 of Gi-Une, I'll be sharing some other different approaches with gin, so be sure to check out my Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram pages and ensure that we are connected by following each. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel to make sure you don't miss a moment of Gi-Une. It's all very easy. Just go to the little search icon, type in SOMM4ALL on any of these platforms, and you'll be all set. Until tomorrow, stay safe, be well, and cheers from Song for All.
I am a song for all.